Hey, it's your captain. How you doing? Well, we had to engage secondary systems here because the primary computer decided it wasn't going to boot today. Hey, Ruby. How you doing, dear? Uh, Komorowski. All right, all right. So we're just here in the office. Uh, gonna go have a Predators game tonight, so I'm excited about that. And but yeah, the primary computer went out. I've got Tony Stark on tech support here, so I'm hoping we're going to keep everything safe. It's going to work okay here. It worked all right when the snow thing happened, so I think we'll be okay today. I'm gonna play a quick game of Neuroshima Hex and check that out. I've got I got a couple of thoughts to share with you about some games. I just recently played a couple of games. One I had played before, but I don't know how much you guys know about that. So I was going to share that with you as well. But the biggest exciting news happened to me today. I went and got so at Labtronics, at the company that I run, we've got lots of cars. I own tons of cars. But I don't know how many cars I own. I just own a bunch of cars. But one of those cars, the transmission was messing up on. And I've been driving this truck around. And, you know, truck sucks up a lot of gas and stuff. And I don't really need it anymore. So I'm actually going to give my truck to one of my guys here. And I went and hit the click on the old Tesla. So I'm really excited that I hopefully within like 3 to 5 weeks will be driving around a car, or maybe it'll drive me around. That's the cool thing, right? Don't know how to play on Tabletopia. Yeah, Tabletopia is is pretty easy to play on, but there are, you know, the clicking on Tabletopia is different than the clicking on Tabletop Simulator. And so on one of them, you right click some stuff and you get menus and you do things. On the other one, you can't really do that. And then the keys that you use are going to be different keys. Now on Tabletopia, they do have a bit of a tutorial to let you know how that works. But I will say, if you play Neuroshima Hex on Tabletopia, the bags themselves are, whenever you start a game, they're pre-shuffled. So I think at one point, and I don't know if they've changed it, but at one point you couldn't shuffle the bags, but they come pre-shuffled. So every game that you load will have randomized bags. So that's what I know about that, Ruby. Anyway, how about we play a game? How about that? Let's do that. Let's see if I can figure out how to do it again. Let's try this. The only thing I don't like about this is the transitions. There's not really a nice, smooth transition or anything. You know, we don't fade in from one to the other. I don't know how to do that stuff yet. But other than that, this is nice. It's portable. It's easy for me to use. So anyway, let's give it a shot. We'll hit play. Go to the quick game. Oh, we're going up against Dancer. All right. And who do we have? Oh, the Steel Police and their net of justice. So this will be fun. This will be good. All right. Now let's think about this. One thing that we really need to do is concentrate on taking down one of their guys. So the net can be hateful, but we could net the net. Now our HQ has got a net that we can put out anywhere we want on anybody. It doesn't have to be somebody that's next to us. We can put it anywhere we want. It'll cost us one what do you call that, toughness point. It'll cause one damage to our HQ by throwing out the net, but we can lock down anything out there. So in this case, we've only got 3 opponents. So if we can lock down one of them and just beat that one up, we might do well. So that's what I'm going to think about. And as far as what we should do in terms of which one, this one with the net, if we net the net, it'll be netted and it won't net us. So then we can beat it up. And it gives pluses to the other guys, and it also has a heal. So if we beat up the one that has the heal, we might be doing good. That'll also keep us from dancing. Hey, it's Dutch. Hey, Dutch. Good to see you, brother. You don't see the screen. Are you being serious? You can't see the screen right now. Come on, y'all. You're pulling my leg, right? Okay. All right. Good enough. All right. Good. You scared me. You scared me. At first, it came out black because it was in sleep mode. So maybe that's what happened. Anyway. All right. All right. So here we go. We're gonna put our net of justice out here. Let's see. We don't want to be anywhere near. Boy, I tell you what, he's going to be shooting us every which way. Every which way. We don't want to get in too many line of fire here. I think we can minimize. That is a neat arrangement that they've got there, actually, because no matter where I go, here's a spot, right? There's a spot. I go here or over there, I'm okay. But man, a lot of these other places, I'm going to get ate up. Yeah. So the only thing I can do, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go here. There we go. We'll see what that does. He's got a battle. Oh, he danced. He danced, and now he's got 2 aiming at me. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Man, we got a +1. Man, we got a +1. All right. I think we'll put the +1 over here. We'll pretend like we're going to put stuff here to beat this guy up. And I definitely do not want a battle. Whoops. No, I don't want a battle. Nope. No battle for me. Thank you very much. No, I don't want a battle. Come on now. There we go. All right. You got to hold it down and not move. There we go. Okay. Let's see what he's got. He's got movement. Oh, he gets to activate one side. He gets to activate one side again. Oh, no. Woo, doesn't look good for us. All right. I should have already put the net of justice out there. Let me do that right now. Net of justice. Bam. That's good. And then we're going to get rid of one of these negatives. We're going to take this guy and put him here. Like so. Then I think I will push this guy. Bam. Yeah. Dadgummit. I forgot about that. He could move this way. I just kind of had this idea he was going over there. Yeah. I wanted to block him. All right. Well, let me take that back. We're going to put this one over here. That'll give us an attack on 3. Trying to think what I can do with that push. We don't want him next to my HQ. We're going to do that. I guess we'll just put this out here to sacrifice. But he goes off on a 1. So that'll go off on a 0. So this will kill this module before that happens. It's not really helping me. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, I took damage because they had the 2 from here attacking me, and then this guy here had 2 attacking me. So, and then they had right, because they were able to activate one side. That's that weird. They got a weird weird shape thing that allows them to do that. I don't know if I can block any of this damage. I need to move. I guess this is about as good as I can get. That'll keep him from going. All right, so this guy on a 1 will kill this, and this guy will become a 1 and not shoot me. Ha ha! Yeah, we're working it. We're working it. So if that makes sense, this guy's a 1. So on a 1, he's going to attack this -1. And so that -1 will go away. This 0, because the -1's gone, will be a 1. But the 1 has already happened. So 1 initiative's already happened. So he won't go off on 0, which means he doesn't attack. That's a loophole. That's what that is. Loophole. He's got a battle, got a movement. How did he move when he's netted? Hold on a second. He just used a regular movement and he was netted. This game is cheating. It's cheating. We're going to get our butts handed to us because this game is cheating. My goodness. My goodness. Well, that ain't good at all. All right, so I put this one here. I put this one up here. That's all I can do with this cheating app. Man, I can't wait for the new app to come out. I thought Ignacy was going to release it right away, but apparently they're still tweaking. So it'll be out soon. I'm going to say it'll be out before the end of this month. I'm going to believe in them. So we'll see. All right, so now he just gave him a plus, so he's going to have 2 attacks on us right there. So what if I net him for sure? I don't necessarily need this one, but I take this one and I net him. Bam. There we go. And then I take this one. Yeah, I can't use this. I don't know if you guys know what this executioner does. Let me show you that. So he's got a toughness, and he goes off on a 1, and he's got this the 3 shields here to block ranged attack. He's got melee in 3 directions plus 1 in the back, but he's got this red bit here. And that right there is the executioner. So remove one enemy tile from the board, except HQ, and put executioner in its place. Medic doesn't count. Protect the tile, doesn't protect the tile, right? Medic can't protect the tile. And you replace it with the executioner. But the executioner doesn't do us any good against the darn dancer. So, you know, it's not like you can drop them on one of these guys. So, because they're sort of HQs. So, interesting. But we will do, well, we can do this actually. This will block some damage if somebody tries to shoot at us later. Yeah, that'd be all right. I like that. Let's see what happens. Now you can activate one thing. He threw that away. He pushed that module out. Dadgummit, he pushed my other guy. So we have a push. Which isn't going to help us. And we got some stuff that may or may not help us. So I'll pretend like I may put a guy up here to attack them. And it's out of the range of the attacks here. So that'll be okay. I can't block damage. I can't block damage, but I guess I can gum up the works here. I think that's about as good as I can do. As if it mattered, I will do that. Just to gum up the works. Keep him from getting too close to me and attacking, right? Yet, oh, for the cost of one life? I didn't know that. For the cost of one life, Dancer can get out of the net. Nice. Yeah, because it's cheating. 51st State is coming to Tabletopia. Yep, as a matter of fact, it is. We've been talking about it. They actually have the Moloch expansion, and they've been using Tabletopia to do all the play testing for that. So Tabletopia is a place where we've been actually play testing a lot of games. You know, with the COVID and everything, they found that it was easier to upload these games to Tabletopia and use them as a sandbox. And so once they're done with that, they can then turn it on and turn it over to you guys. Now, whether or not they're going to have the Moloch expansion with it and stuff like that, I have no idea. But right now, they're going to have 51st State will be coming out on there. And I'm hoping that they'll have the Moloch expansion on there so you guys can check it out. I think it's going to make 51st State even more awesome. I mean, I like 51st State. I like it because of the theme. I like it even better than Imperial Settlers. But to then put the Moloch on top of it and have Moloch attacking everybody, and you're able to attack him and get some resources, I think it's just super cool. It's the way to go. So, all right, we got some ranged stuff. Nice. Nice. So we can drop this 3 for sure right back here and shoot him, which is definitely worthwhile. We could go off on 3 and 2. which is nice. We can put the 1 here, which would make it 2. We can bang on this guy again. Yeah. All right. I think, do I want to battle? Honestly. 3 hits that guy. I put this 3 here and hit him. That seems pretty good. That seems solid. I really just want to beat up this one guy. So man, I don't want to. What's that guy called? He's called the tank guy. What's it called? The judge. That's it. The judge is awesome. I don't want to get rid of the judge. Hey, Vader. Yeah, the base game first, Ruby. Yep. Yeah, that's right. 51st is, I think it's out of print right now. They're going to reprint it. I think he said next year, beginning of next year. They might do it at the end of this year. There's been a lot of, I guess it's going to depend on whether they move it up as to whether or not we get a big rush of people trying to get Moloch and stuff like that. We'll see how that plays out. Yeah. You have also your net. Oh yeah, I got the net of justice. That is true. It'll cost me 1 life. Which will cost him a life, right? So I could, man, I could really beat him up. I could really beat him up. Well, I'm torn on this. 1 and 0. Yeah, that'll do 2 damage. So my first thought is this: if I get rid of this, I can take this guy and like Komorowski said, we could put the net of justice on this middle guy here, right? And then we can take this 3 and we can sneak up behind this guy and we'll do 2 damage to him. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to this one, bring him down to 5, right? But it won't trigger until after he puts people out there, and I don't know what people will put out there. So I'm a little intimidated by that. So I'm thinking, let's see, or 3 if you put it on the right. Hey, Ben, between modules. Yeah, I could get that guy. Yeah, we could actually do, if we put the 3 over here, he would shoot him on 3 and on 2. Actually, on 4 and 2. I hate to do this, man. I hate all of this. Is there a better way? I don't think there is. I think what I'm going to do, I got to get rid of the judge, I think. I'm going to go first strike. I'm going to get rid of the judge. I could be doing this wrong, but I like doing the 2 damage, but I want to take, you got to take out one of them. Otherwise, you're doing stupid things. Oh. 2, 1, 0. Yeah, if you put it here, you can get 3 shots off on that one guy. But here I'm going to get 1, 2, 3. Actually, I can put the judge on here and get more. All right, dadgummit. All right, last time. I'm going to do it this way. Komorowski, I think you're right. I think you're right. But I think what I want to do is I really want to take out this net guy. This is the one that I think I need to beat up. And I could be wrong with that. Having the judge here is going to help me because it goes off of 1 and 0. I'm going to throw the net on this guy here. And I think this is going to play out okay. But we'll see. Yeah, boy, the resolution could be better on this thing. But there you go. 17 tiles left, and he's down to a 3. So I feel like, you know, maybe it could have been better, but dadgum, that was pretty good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this module here. We're going to put this guy right there. And we're going to kick booty. Here we go. Right? There, right there. Right? And then we're down to 1 and 0. There you go. Ta-da! So I think with Dancer, you really just had to go all in on one guy. Right? Anyway. That's my thought anyway. And this has been approved. This is the Inuit seal of approval right here. Back in the day, they used to call it Eskimo art when that wasn't considered bad. But anyway, I got several of those pieces. They're neat. So we got it. 10 to 0. There you go. It's awesome. Destroyed. Well, let me show you a couple of quick things here. When I get my bag. Oh. Let's find it. So the first thing is, I don't know if you guys have ever played Jump Drive, but this is Race for the Galaxy, Roll for the Galaxy. What's it called? Frontiers. It's the same iconography. It's the same kind of work. It's the same world. But this is like a kind of a distillation. And I think if anybody is interested in these kind of games, but they're fairly new to it and all that kind of stuff, I think that this is a really good place to start. And the reason is because, like I said, it's all just distilled down. And the game, Normally the game takes about 15 minutes to play, but that's if you know what you're doing. The first time you play with somebody, it's a little frustrating to me because I know how to play and I want to play a quick game. And when you have new people that you're showing, it's not a quick game because they're trying to figure out what the cards mean and they're trying to read every card and figure everything out. And so it can take a little bit longer, like 30, 45 minutes for a game that usually takes about 15. So you get past that and the next game is a lot quicker. And then the third game is even quicker. So it's pretty good. The whole thing is that you have to deal with just a few icons and that you're going to get things like planets. And so there's a bunch of different color planets, but this one has black around the outside. So that means in order to play this card, you have to get rid of 3 cards from your hand. Discard 3 cards from your hand, and you can play a planet that has a 3 in it. That's it. So you have a hand of cards, and if you want to play one of those cards, you're going to have to get rid of other cards. Except if you have a planet, and if I can find it, here's one. This planet has got red. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got red around it instead of black. So there's red around the planet instead of black, and that needs military. And so you have different cards that'll have this on it. Oops, this, which says +1 military. And so you use that military to play the planets with the red around them. And so if I had, I don't know, let's see, if I had cards, I don't know, that doesn't make sense, but here. So if you had a couple of cards that had the +1 on them, then you would be able to play one of these red planets. The ones with the red circles, you don't discard cards, you build up military. So you have military planets and you have non-military planets. Non-military planets, you have to spend cards. Then you have things that help boost your society, do something awesome for you, like these triangles. So when you play these, they're improvements on your society. They do different things. And in order to play them, you also have to discard cards. So they have all different sizes. There's a 3, and there's even a 9, right? So this 9 is going to do some awesome stuff for you, though. And one of the things that happens once you play your cards is you just look at the bottom, and you have, so everybody plays the cards simultaneously, which is nice, simultaneous play. Everybody pays the cost for the cards, and then we all do what's at the bottom, and it says you score points. So everybody scores points for all their cards. All the cards have you score so many points. This one says 0. This one says 5. And so you just score those points, the end. And then the next thing you do is everybody draws cards based on what it says here. So you don't get cards automatically. So if you play a thing like this, well, that might be fine and dandy. You're going to get a victory point, but you're not going to be drawing any cards. So the first thing you want to do is play cards that allow you to draw cards. And then with all those cards, you can use it to play planets. Now, there's a way that, if a new person gets stuck, they can play some, and sometimes you just get bad draws. You've got things like this. Everybody has access to one of these all the time. And so you can play that, and then it just plays by itself for free, and it gives you a draw. So you waste a turn getting that one out, and then you have this thing, which basically allows you to draw, say 5 cards, and then you discard all of them but 2. And so it's a way to kind of look through and find cards that you need. So it kind of, if you really get stuck behind the 8 ball, that's the way you get through it. The city, I don't know. Yeah, I've got the whole thing sleeved. By the way, another thing that I do is I've got this. This is my deck. This is how thick the deck is, by the way. with sleeves, right? So, boom. So it's pretty good and thick. And I actually bought 2 copies of this game, and I put them both in the box. So I have 2 decks. So the game supposedly plays up to 4 people. I find that you can usually play 5 without too much problem. But I then, if I have like 6 or 7 or 8, I just put all the decks together and we play with 2 decks. You can also play with 1 deck, and if you run out of the first deck, you just start playing with the second deck. So the only bummer is I don't have them marked. I think I've probably marked on the inside of the card, you know, on the sleeve, which deck is which, so that way I don't get them mixed up and I can separate them back out. But I really like this game. It's great. It's just, if you want to, you know, it's a tableau engine building game. And first one to 50 points wins in the end. And it takes usually about maybe 5 turns, I would say on average. It's about 5 turns. Sometimes you can get it out in 4, but 5, 6 turns and it's done. And then you can play again. And I like playing multiple times. I think it works really good. So that is Jump Drive. And this is the jumping on point for Roll for the Galaxy and Race for the Galaxy and stuff like that. Once you take in this, you'll kind of be familiar with the iconography and stuff like that. It'll make more sense. The cards will make more sense. The factions will make more sense. Really good, tight little game, easy to play. One of those ones that you can maybe even have it as a welcoming game. But I think it's a good welcoming game to that world. Yeah, small pieces of paper. There you go. So the other one I got, it's an older game that I never played, and they had some stuff out on it on Kickstarter, and I was like, what is that? I haven't ever played that. And Core Worlds. So I don't know what you guys know about Core Worlds, but this is the expansion box, and actually this expansion box holds everything. So I had the core game, a small expansion, and this one, and this box holds everything. So everybody said, you got to get the big box. And so like, okay, so I got the big box expansion to go along with the other stuff, and mixed it all together, and there you go, Core Worlds. So this game is pretty straightforward. I think it's pretty straightforward. But you use multiple decks. So basically you have 5 decks or something like that. It's like 5 decks. Well, there's this draw deck at the beginning of the game, whatever. Essentially you have 5 decks. So round 1 and 2, you use the first deck, and you'll put out a display. So unlike something like, what's the very first deck builder? Dadgummit, why can't I think of it? They got a million expansions for it too. So instead of it having all the Dominion, thank you, Komorowski. Instead of Dominion, where you have all the cards that you're going to play with out in front of you, this one releases them slowly over time, so that round 1, you're not really sure which cards are going to come out. They're all in there in the round 1. It's actually round 1, round 2 deck. But they're kind of low level, building up your empire type cards. They're easier to conquer planets. It's easier to do whatever. And then the 3rd and 4th, they're getting a little better. And then 5th and 6th, it's a little better. 7th and 8th, it's even better. And then 8th and 9th, it's basically just end points, end victory points. So you're not building up anymore. You're trying to land the plane at that time with that last deck. So it's pretty interesting how it runs. It's just 10 things, 10 rounds, and the cards that go out on display each round that you would buy are random, but they're divided up into those 10 places. Yeah, there's a Kickstarter out for Core Worlds. I think they have a solo variant that they're selling for this game, and then they have a board game set in the same world. So that's their Kickstarter, is the board game. So that's interesting. And you know, again, it's kind of dead simple, really, in how it works. Let me see if I can find some cards that'll make it make sense. Let's see. Oh, those are 5s. Dadgummit. Hold on. There we go. So, given a card like this, you basically you have how much it costs to get the card. So it costs 2 energy. So the gold or whatever that you would use to buy cards in this game is energy. So you use 2 energy to buy this card, and then it will have down at the bottom. You can see that the one that's right in the middle says that this is deck 1. So this is used for rounds 1 and 2. And it has an air combat of 1 and a ground combat of 0. And that's basically it. This bit here, that one there, is I'm trying to remember what that's for now. What in the heck? It was something about activation, or how did I use that? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, it's pretty dead simple. It really is. The thing is that this is the deck for round 1 and 2, no matter how many players you got, you know. So you can actually they say to, you know, take out so many cards or whatever, but the way that it plays, it doesn't really matter. You use these cards, you put them out, and it works. So pretty neat. I think it's a cool system. The thing that's really neat about it is that it is dead simple, but because it's spread out, it's like playing Dominion like in a legacy form, in that you play Dominion and then you play round 2, and round 2 has different cards, and then round 5 has different cards, right? So every other round is a new set of cards, and you keep on playing with your old cards and the new cards. So I think this is really cool. And I think the world is pretty interesting too, the world that they have in here. So both of them are space games, both games that I'm talking about, Jump Drive and Core Worlds. But I really found Core Worlds like a really good deck builder. And you know, I mean, if you like deck building and you like space, this has got some really good decisions in it. And like I said, it's fairly easy to explain how it works, but when you go to play it, there's a lot of decisions being made. And they're pretty tough decisions. Like, what do I want to do with this thing, right? So there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of shared DNA between Core Worlds and Jump Drive, and how they play. They kind of feel a bit of the same. But Jump Drive is going to be your 15-minute game, and Core Worlds, depending on, you know, which game again that you're playing, if it's your first game or your 7th game, I would imagine that, you know, by like your 5th game of Core Worlds, you probably got that thing down to about, I don't know, hour and a half, I would say. Let's see what they say on there. They say an hour to 2 hours. So yeah, that sounds right. So depending on how many people you got playing. So I really like it, and I think it's both games were really cool. But they're both older games. These aren't, these aren't spring chickens. So, but I thought I would bring them to you because I played them recently and I enjoyed them. I enjoyed them. So that's my 2 cents on that. I got late pledges open on Core Worlds. Yeah, I don't know anything about that board game, right? All I know is this game, and it's a deck builder. I think the world looks cool, and it seems like the board game operates a lot like the deck builder. So if you're familiar, again, it has that correlation between jump drive and um, roll or race for the galaxy, right? There's a correlation there. So I think Core Worlds is going to be a simpler card game that is similar to the board game. So they're kind of taking those basic mechanics and expanding on them in a board game. So it seems pretty neat, kind of interesting. Anyway, that's what I got for you today. So, and I'll give you the Tesla update when it comes in. I'm excited about that. Tony, you did a good job. I want to commend you on the tech so far. I wish you'd get in the other room and fix the computer, though. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Enjoy your week. It's much warmer. Feels a bit like spring. Yeah, hockey. Yeah, hopefully they've been doing better. They've been doing better. It's making me happy. Yeah, I got my Willie jersey on right now. Woohoo! So a little late for Black History Month, but whatever. I still represent. So anyway, y'all be good. I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.